Hello and welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley, and today I'm joined by Commissioner George Lindsey and Gaye Sharpe, Polk County's Parks and Natural Resources Director. Thank you guys for joining me today.
Glad to be here.
Glad to be
Appreciate it. So we're going to talk a little bit about the Bellini Preserve, which is over near Point Siena. I've had the opportunity to tour it by foot, about 600 acres if I'm not mistaken. Commissioner Lindsey, can you start by talking to us about what makes this property important, what it does for the community?
This is really a multifaceted asset that will be part of the Polk County inventory of conservation lands. Not only does it provide, for the wildlife protection, it provides for public access, which is a primary focus of the commission, is to get public access to these properties. It provides water treatment. It provides stormwater protection. It also preserves the lakefront itself. But to me, the biggest asset is it will be equivalent to a Circle B on the east side of the county. The Circle B has become quite a asset to the community. It's attracted folks from Central Florida, from out of state, even from out of the country. It's a beautiful asset that the county acquired. But the east side of the county has not had that privilege, and this is a perfect opportunity to replicate that kind of asset, multifaceted, multi-purpose on the east side of the county.
So, Gaye, can you give me the specifics of the Bellini Reserve? I know 600 acres. Right. Where is it?
It's off of Lake Marion Creek Road. Really, the area is on just the northeastern side of Lake Marion, which is a 3,000-acre lake, and so this is a tremendous opportunity. The preserve has over 3 miles of shoreline that are protected, and it's just a great opportunity, as Commissioner Lindsey had alluded to, for people to recreate on, and then just the protection for the resources there is just tremendous. It's in a key location.
And I think we probably can't emphasize the protection piece of it enough. I know off camera we've talked about what it can do for water quality improvement and that it does it in a natural way. Can you talk to me a little bit about that process? Right.
We call it more of a nature-based solution. So as we're trying to do this, we're trying to meet many goals at the same time, because properties is very important in the county, and we want to make sure we're getting, as we acquire property, getting the most for what we have. And on this site, it's just tremendous because you can treat the stormwater in that area. Many of the subdivisions around there were before regulations were in place for stormwater ponds and other kinds of treatment systems. So as the water flows across this property and into the lake, it's treating the water before it gets there, and it's helping the lake not to have so many algae blooms or, what we would call an unhealthy lake. And then at the same time, it's just tremendous because it's on the Lake Wales Ridge, and that's just a name for the ridge, but it's a ridge that used to be when the Florida was underwater. For most of it, these are the dunes and the remnant islands, and plants and animals have actually there that are nowhere else in the world. So it's really a great opportunity for people to get out there and experience it.
So, Gaye, can you talk to me about what some of the important species are at the Bellini Reserve?
Yes, we have so many federal and state endangered plants out there and wildlife. It's amazing. The reason of that is over time, that property millions of years ago was underwater, except for these few islands or sand dunes, what we call them. And with that, these plants and animals actually evolved out in that type of environment, and you may not find them anywhere else in the world. They're right there. And we plan to do interpretive signage out there so people can learn about what's so special about Polk County and the Lake Wales Ridge that runs through that, and just these great opportunities to not only see the endangered plants and animals, but to see the normal common wildlife, get out there and look at the great shoreline and the viewing. We have bald eagles out there. It's just a great opportunity from a visitation standpoint to be able to see all that.
So, Commissioner Lindsey, I've been with you when you've done your New Year's Day walks.
Yes.
I know that you have spearheaded some of these efforts to protect our land in Polk County. Why is this important to you? Why does it matter?
Well, as a native Floridian, it is important. It's important to all of us. But what's exciting about it is the evolution of how this park will evolve. the staff and the commission is not waiting on some master plan to be completed. We're starting right now, allowing access to the facilities through walking trails, pretty primitive, but walking trails, and get introduced to the site. And then as we develop a master plan that will include, picnic areas, shoreline fishing, a boat ramp, more defined hiking trails. So the evolution will be exciting to watch. As you know, last general election, the citizens of Polk County approved to tax themselves to acquire this kind of land. And no property will be condemned or taken without the owner's permission. So there's a process for a landowner who wants to see that the land stay in public ownership for this purpose. They can nominate their site for that review. And we have a very good Citizens Advisory Committee along with a technical assistance from our staff to review these properties and to rank them. Certainly we can't acquire them all, but it's a start. And we'll, future commissions over time will identify the properties and begin the acquisition process to enhance and embellish and complement what we're doing at Bellini.
And Gaye, so we've got 80 to 90 people per day moving to Polk County. As that happens and things become more congested, how critical is it that the county acquires places like Bellini Preserve?
I think for quality of life and for people to have somewhere to go to get away from the hustle and bustle of your normal everyday life, having these type of properties available for them to come out and experience is just a tremendous asset to kind of just relax, get out there. We have some hidden ponds, where you can walk right by. We have over 7 miles of trails that are open today that people can walk through. They're a little more primitive, as Commissioner Lindsey had alluded to, but what's special about it is you can see wetlands, you can see pond, you can see the lake shoreline, and you can see all other types of communities, the flatwoods and the scrub. And it's just a great opportunity for people to get out there and visit. And like you said, we have residents here that will go out there, but we will also draw people that want to see those type of animals and plants, and will actually come from different places to do that.
And I know Circle B was at one point at the stage Bellini is now.
Correct.
And again, you've hosted those walks out there, and there's so much to see and so much to do at this point. I'm guessing that's where we're headed.
Right. We're headed that way, because on the east side of the county we do not have such a facility, and so this one would play into a key component of that. Also around that area is other protected properties, and we could maybe link into that and make this a real experience where you could have many different ways to come in and enjoy it.
Anything you'd like to add to the conversation before we wrap up?
Stay tuned. This is going to be exciting. In the evolutionary process, I know you're a great photographer, and I hope you blend some of these photos in this presentation, but it will be exciting to show the evolution of this and preserve that in pictures so we can share where we came from and where we are as we go.
That's always a great thing to be able to look at where it started and where it ended up, isn't it?
It's exciting.
Gaye, anything you'd like to add?
No, we just invite people to come on out. Maybe it's a little hot, so come early morning, late in the afternoons to be able to experience it. The trailhead is actually located at the intersection of Lake Marion Creek Road and Pine Street. So if you want to come out and visit, that would be great.
And is it accessible day and night? Are there particular hours people are permitted?
It's typically from 6 in the morning till 8 o'clock during the summer.
Okay, Excellent. Well, thank you both very much for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's it for this episode of the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley. We'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like our social media.